All right. All right. Hey, what's up? What's up? It's your girl Neek, and you're tuned in to Neek at Night. And tonight, I'm going to be giving you guys all the details from the Diddy sentencing. So I am here at the courthouse. It is crazy outside. I had a ghetto start. My mic on, off, on, off. But we own now. Hopefully you guys can hear me. There is a lot of media out here. There are tons of people. I'm going to pan the camera around so that you guys can see the atmosphere. We got Justin behind me from the Shade Room, Attorney Simone over there. We have Armand. He's interviewing with the Daily Mail right now. And there's a lot going on. But the highlight y'all want to know about is Diddy. Y'all want to know what happened with Diddy? What do I think about the sentencing? How was the atmosphere inside? And so much more. Now, there was two parts to the sentencing. There was the morning portion of the sentencing where the prosecution basically laid out why they felt like he deserved to get 11 years. And they said, listen, the probation department, they gave their report and they said that they wanted to offer up 5 to 7 years. And they said, we're not saying give him 11 so that you can, split it down the middle and get closer to the probation. We're saying 11 because we feel like he deserves 11 years. And they said that they feels like his violence and the abuse and all that is why it was warranted. Now, the defense basically swung back because they were describing him as a PIMP, and he was basically saying that he is not a PIMP. He is not a person who is making money from the girls in that regard. And they said that that was a mischaracterization of what he had going on and that he had a unique circumstance. They also stated that all of the other cases where there were PIMPs, they were making a substantial amount of money. And these cases, they were making upwards of $1.4 million. They had previous offenses and so much more. And this is Diddy's first offense. And so they said even in those cases where they had previous offenses, they were making a lot of money. They were trafficking immigrants and all of those things. Their sentencing range was like 28 months, 18 months, and 12 months. So Diddy's defense team basically argued that anything above that would be excessive, and it would definitely be a like a huge contrast from what the actual other crimes and other people convicted of the Mann Act have gotten. Now, in addition to that, they wanted to say that, let me see. They said that the case that they used, the prosecution that they used, they said that it was basically an overreach. They said that the case that he used, they left out the fact that the guy had a previous offense and all that. They said that even a guy who had an encounter with a 14-year-old girl, he had went into a brothel. He had got offered a 14-year-old girl. He even photographed the encounter and videoed the encounter. He was a 64-year-old man, and he only got like 12 months for that. So they said that's like a stark contrast, 11 years to the other people creating these offenses that are far more heinous according to them and getting less time. Now, make sure you guys are hitting the like button because we're gonna go over all of the details, all right? So they also argued that most of the cases, they said that Diddy did not, use his power. They said, like the average sentence was 28 months across the board. They said that they basically said that they feel like he should have less time. So let's move on from that. And let's get to, so his attorney, Nicole Westmoreland, she boohoo cried up there. She was crying, talking about how excellent he was for the black community, how he was the first person to have a clothing design. He was the first person to have all of these different endeavors and give opportunities to black people, and how impactful he was to the community, how he had these public schools that he was giving back, and so much more. And the whole time that she was crying, the whole time that she was saying all of these things, she was crying and she was boohooing. And she said that she had went to one of his speaking engagements 8 years ago when she was still a lawyer. And she said she was so moved by his words that it changed her life forever. And then she just started crying and crying and crying. Now, for me, her tears, it sounded like it just seemed performative to me. It didn't really feel genuine. It just felt kind of like over the top and like I said in my other live, like a Tubi thing. And Nicole Westmoreland is an awesome lawyer. Like, she is an awesome lawyer, and I've seen her litigate the YSL trial. I've seen her litigate this trial. But that particular moment when she was pleading to the court, I was like, girl, we don't believe you. This is crazy. She said that he has helped break systemic racism. She said that he has inspired minorities to vote. She said that when Diddy went around telling young people to vote, she said that he changed the way that people do voting campaigns till this day. And she said he inspired her when he gave advice. And she was saying all of this while she was crying. She said that she's never going to forget when he said, put actions behind you, put actions behind your dreams. If you don't say that, change her life. Or what did he say? Hold on. Oh, okay. This is what he said. Sorry, I had to read my handwriting. It's a little scribble scratch. Okay, so she said the words that changed her life was him telling them, listen, everyone, don't be afraid to dream. Put actions behind your dreams. If you don't, something. And then she just started like sobbing and crying and saying that just totally changed her life forever. She said, he is a human being. He is just a man that made mistakes like all of us. He helped countless lives. She said, it wouldn't be right to take that from him because he made a mistake. So she was basically like crying and sobbing, and she was saying like it wouldn't be right to take like all of the good that he did and turn that into this like prison sentence for a measly mistake. And then she was just crying and crying and crying. And then she said, somewhere along the way, he lost his journey. He has been sitting in the cell for 13 months. He is drug-free. He is remorseful. She said, and you know how I know he's a changed man? She said, I talk to him every single day. And so I know he's a changed man, and I can be accountable in letting you know that he's a changed man, Your Honor. You know, because I talked to him, and I know. It was over the top. It was like really over the top. And then she said, he has done good while he's been in prison. He wanted to help others that lacked education. That's how he came up with Free Game with Diddy. He taught a 6-week course. They all had to agree to be peaceful. So she said he went around the jail, and they were all of these different minorities and all of these different people, and you know they were all segregated in the court in the jail by race and all of these things, and none of them were together. And Diddy was so brave, and he went to all these people and he told them about this course, and they all came together. All of these different people from these different walks of life, they came together, and all because of his course. So it was a performance, child. And so she was saying all of that while she was crying. And she said, the staff at MDC sat through the class and they've been monitoring the class, and they said that it was excellent and that the inmates are learning new skills. So after that, they wanted to have his kids address the court. Now, when his children addressed the court, it was sad. Now, that was touching. His girls were breaking down crying. His sons were crying. He was crying. His lawyers were crying. They were all crying. And so the first person that got up to spoke was Quincy. Now, Quincy is Kim Porter's son that she has with Al B. Sure, that P. Diddy basically like took under his wing as his own son. So he got up to speak first since he's the oldest. And he said that he wanted to thank the judge for reading his letter. He wanted to thank the judge for taking the time to hear them out and to speak. He said that he's the oldest son of Diddy, no matter what, no matter about him being his biological father or not. He said that he has been able to see his dad change. And then he said that he's able to see him evolve week after week. He said that he feels as though Diddy has completely changed. And he says, as his children, we thank you. So then the next child that came up was Justin Combs. And he said, I am Diddy's firstborn son. I'm the firstborn of Sean Combs. I ask that you give my father a second chance. My father is our superhero. And he says that he believes in God and never question it. He said that this saved his father's life. So he was basically saying like his father was on a path, and this very moment helped save his father's life. And then after he spoke, Christian Combs spoke up. Now, Christian Combs is the one that looks like him. And so Christian says, I'm my father's third son. I am the one people say most resembles my pops, but not just because of the looks, but from the mannerisms. He said, I studied my dad throughout my life. I studied him. And he said, he taught me how to respect women and how to treat women. He said he saw his dad help people and be a good person all his life. He travels every week to speak to him for 2 hours. He says that he is a better man. He said, and then after he said that, he started crying. And then he said that, these girls over here yelling. He said that he noticed that his dad is more relaxed, more patient. And then from watching him, he says that, he learned a lot. He said that he wanted the judge to give his family grace and to please give his family mercy. All right. Now I think the family is about to come out. All of their cars is right here. Hold on, let me show you guys. These are the Diddy's black trucks for his family. So they're lined up right now so that they can go pick the family up. So these are the cars. So they're gonna make their way through the crowd, and then his family is gonna come out. It's a lot of noise over there, like even more noise than where I am. So unfortunately, I'm not gonna go over there because it's too much over there. But anyways, I hate that like this side is fake curled and this side is just like a mess. So anyways, all right. So who was next? All right. So the next one of his kids that talked was one of the twins. So Jessie Combs got up there, and immediately when she got up there, all his kids were like lined up at the podium. And so when Jessie got up there, she said, hi, I'm 18 years old. And then immediately after she said her age, she started to break down crying. Like she immediately started sobbing and crying. And then her, oh, you want to take a picture? All right. Ooh, my shirt is all messed up. But anyways, so she immediately started crying. She said, everybody has had their own views of her dad. She said he made mistakes, but he is our dad. And then this whole time she was talking like she was sobbing and sobbing and sobbing. She said that he made mistakes, and she said that when their mom died, he was all that she had, and that and then she started crying some more and like uncontrollably crying. So then people in the gallery inside, they were crying. And so like they started to pass out tissues to everybody that was in there crying and stuff like that. And so after she got done on the stand, then the daughter Chance got up to speak. Chance says, "We are daughters. We are daughters who need our father. He speaks with a clear mind. He's more patient, more thoughtful. He wants to do better for himself and for us. I can see the difference in how he parents our 2-year-old sister from jail." She said that. And then once she said that, she started to break down crying, and she was sobbing uncontrollably too. So then Delilah Combs, which is the other twin, she started talking, and she said, we are scared of the thought of not having our dad and our mom not in our life. She said, we can't see our baby sister grow up fatherless. She knows how it, she was basically saying that, I scrabble, but she was basically saying that they know what it's like to be without a parent. They lost their mom, so they don't want their baby sister to have that void of not having a parent and having somebody grow up with a void that they can't fill, and they don't want that for their baby sister, and they want him out so that he can be a father to her like he was to them. And they said that they can tell that the way that he parents is a lot different now that he's sober. And from via watching him through the jail, they're saying that they noticed the big difference in how he was with them and how delicate he is with her now that he is incarcerated. And I'm thinking, well, he in jail, but whatever. So anyways, so there was that. So they said that they don't want to lose more and more time without their father, and they want to be able to heal. Who these people? I'm trying to be nosy. Who's getting in these cars? Anyways, okay, so all right, so after his kids spoke, then they played a video. So they like made a video that they played for the court. And so after that, they played the video. Now, the video that they played in court before the court happened, his team released it to the blogs and everybody else. So if you guys didn't see the video, it's all over social media of him like being a dad, philanthropist, and all that. So that was a break for lunch after that. So then when we went back in, Brian Steele delivered a speech to the court. Now, I think that Brian Steele's speech was very impactful. It grabbed my attention. I thought that out of all of his lawyers that spoke, Brian Steele had the best like plea to the court to me. And I really enjoyed his plea. So let me tell you guys some of what Brian Steele said. Now, make sure you guys are hitting the like button if you guys have not already, because, I mean, what you doing? Okay? So let's get into what Brian Steele said. If you guys want to support, or let me see the person who sent the super chat. Mahogany says, go Neek. Thank you, Mahogany. Huh? Oh, no, not right now. I'm doing commentary right now. I'm not going to interview right now. Thank you, though. Um, all right. So let's get into what Brian Steele said. I hate what this keep looking drunk looking. So Brian Steele said he is not a regular person in jail. Everyone knows him. People get basically. He started out by saying that Diddy is not like a regular person in jail, and that he's a target because he's in jail. He has fame, and people will get like brownie points if they try to harm somebody that's in jail. So he said that he has a target on his back for people to try to harm him, and he said not too long ago, the guard stopped a person who had a shank trying to cut Diddy. He says that the prosecution said to send a message, and they said he has been punished enough. Sean has not taken drugs, even though they have it in the facility. So he was saying, listen, even though, you know, he in jail, he still got access to the rugs while he incarcerated. But even though they're in there, he is staying drug free. Okay, Brian still said, let me just let you know that he ain't rug free because they ain't available. They still available up in there, and they still got the stuff in there. Okay, that's what he said. He said, "Oh, thank you, Street TV, for the super chat. I appreciate you." Um, he said that the facility is a horrible facility. He said that they have to boil water before it's usable. He said that he is separated currently from his family. He said he grew up without a father, and he swore to be there for his children, especially when Kim Porter passed away. This will be more trauma to his family. He is being punished already. So he was basically saying, listen, not only is he being punished by being incarcerated, but he already has been punished by his different businesses and things like that. It says that he's being punished with his businesses. He gave opportunities to people who went to Harvard and homeless people. So he said basically he gave opportunity to people in the hood and people from Harvard, but it was basically about how your work ethic was, like how hard of a worker you were, and that's basically what matters. You said my mic went off again? My mic is on. What you talking about? You said, is it a rap behind me? I'm not about to play with y'all. If it is, I don't see it. So, moving on. All right. So, he said that they have to boil water in the facility before it's usable. He said that he grew up without a father, and he swore that he would be there for his children. He said that especially when Kim Porter passed away, this would be more trauma to his family. He is being punished with his businesses, and he gave up opportunities to people. He said that he is a human being, and he's trying to make sure that people have a better life, and that he wanted them to take the totality. Oh, thank you for the super chat. Take the totality of the person. His businesses are gone. Sean Combs' brand had prestige. He is a fighter for civil liberty and equality, and he can connect to the young and old. The prestige of his brand and the prestige in his name is already gone. So he's basically saying, like, listen, he already has a tarnished brand, a tarnished name. He doesn't have his businesses. He doesn't have the same fame or notoriety that he had before. His thing has been shut down. And then he says that he has the ability to connect to young and old people. He said that he has even cursed his family name. So the name that he passed down to his children is now cursed. He said that people who he gave opportunities to, even want to remove that they worked for him off of their resume. Can you?
You in public, man.
I am in public, but you just got your phone just staring at me like.
Yeah, yeah. You're in public. I mean, you're cooking. Like, why you don't let me stop you? You got a whole stream watching you. Why you looking at me? So you were saying some pretty good stuff.
We gonna record each other. He said.
You can feel me too. What's up? I thought she had some pretty good points. I wanted to, when she was done giving her speech, I was gonna do a quick interview with her if she wanted. We're all content creators, man. So
No, I know. I'm just trolling you.
Yeah.
It's all good.
You can troll me all day looking like that. I'll take it.
All right. So, what's your platform?
Black Ass Dave. I'm on kick.com.
Oh, okay. Hey, y'all over there on Kick. How are you? My name is Neek. I am Neek at Night over on YouTube.
Yeah, I've been coming here all summer. I've seen you over the month, so.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of like the finale for us. So.
Yeah. So.
Let me not stop you. Though. Keep rocking.
All right.
Neek at Night.
You said turn my volume up. Is it low? Is the volume low? Okay, the volume is good. All right, so let's get back to it. So he said that he said even people who worked for him are shamed. So he was like, listen, he doesn't have prestige in his brand. He doesn't have his businesses anymore. He doesn't have his notoriety that he used to have. Like, everybody looks at him like a disgrace. And he said that he helped raise millions to give it to public schools in the inner city. He said that, and he said his money is not the same no more. He said that he has thousands of lawsuits, most are frivolous. He said the prosecutor said the sentence should send a message to the community or to the victims. I don't know who would want to change places with Sean Combs. Some of the media call him a disgrace, and he is a great man. He is completely broken. No one needs to give him speeches. No one needs to tell him to take responsibility. He has punished himself more than anyone. He does not need additional time in custody. Sean's family loves him. You heard from his children. They love him. They know his heart and know that he is remorseful. Everyone has said the same thing. Off the rugs, he is a different person. Even in this broken state, all he thinks about is family. That jail is built for hopelessness and for people to die. Okay, so he said, jail ain't a place for rehabilitation. It's basically a place for people to die. Okay? And he said that, this is when he get into the Crips and the Bloods, y'all. So he said, there were constant fights. There were Crips and Bloods. And he said, inside... So this is when they get to talking about the inside of the prison again, right? So now, first Nicole Westmoreland was talking about how he brung all the different people together. Now Brian Steele is talking about it as well. So he says there were Crips and Bloods, and he went to each one, and now they are living together, and they have common interests. Now they all laugh together, and there has been no fights since Diddy has done his free game course. They said that one of the guys, Charles Struggs, he was incarcerated with Diddy, and he said that he'll tell you firsthand what it was like. He is, I guess he was waiting via phone. So he basically said Diddy brought the Crips and the Bloods together ever since he went and had a conversation with all of them, and now they all kumbaya and are peaceful. And there hasn't been not one fight since he implemented his free game. they said that they want the guy Charles Struggs, who did a bid with Diddy, to speak. I feel like this needs to be.
Free Diddy.
Okay. All right. So he said that. He said that the court can use Diddy. He said that if you think it's appropriate to allow him to get counseling and therapy. Oh, and then he went into talking about how Diddy already had a speaking engagement scheduled for next week. So the prosecution, they basically said the audacity of Diddy to already feel like he about to get out, and he already booked a speaking engagement in Miami for next week. So Brian Steele basically replied to that and basically responded to them talking about that. And he said October 6th is not a speaking engagement. Other people realize that he is different. He can go to any community. Let me tell you about thinking you are above the law. It's not a speaking engagement. It's a healing. So he said that Diddy. Oh, hey, Terry, can I talk to you?
Yes, you can. Yes, you
Hey,
can.
y'all. Okay, so I'm going to pause, y'all. This is Terry. She is a lawyer, and she has sat through every day of the trial. And I think you predicted that he would get her about this time, right?
I did. I did. I don't know how good it is to predict things because you're not always right. But I actually, at the end of the day, when both sides are a little disappointed, you know you made the right decision. So the judge said that pre-sentence investigative report was spot on, and he looked at that recommendation. The minimum by the probation department, the PSR, was 5 years and 10 months. The maximum was 7 years and 3 months. The judge came back a little bit less than that. And so that's a good sign for Diddy. You know, obviously the prosecution was asking for 11 years and 3 months, and the defense was asking for 14 months. Neither one of those, the judge said, was reasonable because the prosecution did not take into account the mitigating factors,
Right.
and the defense did not take into account the aggravating factors. So he really basically just looked at the probation department's PSR, went by that, went a little less, and I frankly think it is a reasonable result.
Yeah. What was the tension like in the room? You were inside the courtroom. I was in the overflow room.
I was
So-
I was not only inside the courtroom, for whatever reason, several of us were able to go into the jury box, and I was in seat number 1.
I seen people's feet in the jury box. I thought that was the sketch artist. That was you guys. Okay.
That was my feet.
Okay. Yeah.
I have
'Cause
never
in the camera angle, we could see into the
jury box.
Anyways, go ahead.
So
We just can't see faces, but go ahead.
exactly. So honestly, this is the closest view I've ever had. The attorneys, when they made their arguments, were standing literally as close as you are right now. Because as I said, I was in seat number 1. And I could see Sean Combs, I could see his reaction. When the children came up to speak, oh my gosh, they were crying. And I was literally sitting right there. Everything they said impacted me. I've got to say, I'm supposed to be.
It was.
It was
touching.
hard. It was very emotional. I'm supposed to be objective as a journalist, as a lawyer, but it got to me. I had to pull out a tissue because it was that difficult. Because they personalized it. You know, you understood how hard it was for them to be without their dad. They were without their mom, Kim, who passed away. And so they told the judge the impact. One thing I really liked about Judge Subramanian, he talks to everyone. So he made it very clear that he greatly appreciated what the kids had to say. And he also spoke to Cassie and Jane as the victim, saying that it was very important that they came forward, that they made a difference as far as women coming forward is concerned. But at the end, he also spoke to Sean Combs and said, I hope that you can take this. I know you must be in a difficult place right now, but I hope you continue to do what you're doing in terms of teaching and giving back to the community. So I love the way he addressed all of the parties and
Yeah.
made sure that they all understood why he gave the sentence that he gave. It had to be serious. It had to take into account deterrence. It had to take into account the public and making sure that the public is safe. So
And the impact on his family, how it would impact them.
correct, all of those factors, and I actually think he came out right, or right around, and I did predict,
Yeah.
the 3 to 5, so 4.2, and then he'll get time served, and that's a year, and he'll get, if he continues to have good behavior, there's a 85-15% rule where he'll get a 15% reduction.
Okay.
So that's a few months, whatever that is. And so, it's 4.2, but really 3.2, and then a little less than that because of good behavior, as long as he continues to have good behavior. So it's reasonable. It's a serious offense.
Yeah.
I know they wanted a lot less, but
What did you think about how emotional it was for Nicole?
mixed feelings. She personalized it. I'm being lawyer-like.
She's being political because I thought it was a mess. But go ahead.
I was literally right next to her. There weren't tears flowing, but
So there was no tears because I just kept hearing.
yes, she was sniffling.
Okay.
So there's a lot of sniffling, but I think it was a wet sniffle, if I might tell your audience, meaning that she was choked up. It didn't come out the eyes, but it was. I've had those.
Because I couldn't see if when the overflow, you can't see the tears running
Okay.
down, but she was like,
The children.
it just seemed performative to me.
The children, tears all over the place. They had to blow their nose and dry their eyes. I would say for Nicole, it was a little bit performative, but she did get choked up. I think that the little bit of choking up was real. She made it too personal, though. You're not supposed to, as the lawyer, relate back to your own experience. She related back to her,
Talking to him every day.
Yes. And she said that, she saw him speak once and that had an impact on her, and, and then she got choked up. So I don't think the judge thought about it.
I
one
thought,
way or
I
the
was
other.
like, girl.
Yeah, girl.
What are you doing?
Girl.
What is happening right now? This is crazy.
It was a
Because,
little
I'm
crazy.
so used to seeing Nicole be such a strong and
Yes,
assertive lawyer.
yes.
So when she did it, to me, it didn't feel genuine. It
Yeah.
felt, on my other live, I said it felt like she was doing like a Tubi reenactment.
Right.
It was so over the top to me.
Here's the other thing. It just kept going on and on and on. It wasn't just a short
Yeah.
emotional choke up. It just kept going on. I was like, pull it together now. Maybe you got a little choked up, but you're the lawyer here, so you got to pull it together. So, I got a little choked up with the kids, and I literally pulled myself together because I was like, okay, I'm the journalist, I'm the lawyer. I'm not supposed to be like crying over here when the kids are giving their, recitation. And I knew I was so close to them, I was worried that somebody would see me. So I pulled I didn't have any tears, nor did I have any snot. I pulled myself together, but I was.
I love Terry, y'all.
I was letting you know I didn't have to but I did have to pull it together. But
Yeah.
anyway, so.
So tell the people what were you going to say? You were going to ask me a
No,
question.
I was gonna say it's so good to see you out here.
It's good to see you too,
Yes,
Terry.
yes,
It's such a pleasure to talk to
Thank
you all the time.
That's why I stopped. I was like,
Yeah.
there's my girl. So
Yeah.
they can always reach me on Terry D. Austin, TERRID Austin, at Terry D. Austin, on all the socials, pretty much.
Okay. So Terry Austin, what network are you reporting
I'm
for?
everywhere, but
Okay.
today I was on News Nation and also on Reuters. So I go wherever they call.
Where the money reside, where the money reside.
girl.
Well, all right, thank
Can
you so much. Yes, I appreciate you.
I'm supposed to hug on lives, but I
Yes.
love you, girl.
I love you too. Thank you, Terry. Thank you so much. I love Terry, y'all. She's so down to earth. Like when I was here from the during the trial, like Terry was like that mama bear that was just looking out for everybody because there was a lot going on in the lines. This was when I was like actually like showing up in the morning trying to get in the main courtroom. So there was like 1 week where I was getting into the main courtroom every day. So I had to show up at like 5 in the morning. 5 in the morning, the crazies are out. It was a lot going on. And Terry was like so sweet. She was so sweet. So I love Terry. She used to be on Law and Crime, but now she be going around. So anyways, back to where we were. So yeah, so Brian Steele was basically talking about how there's nobody who has punished themselves more than Diddy, because the prosecution was basically saying that he's not accountable. He hasn't really taken accountability at all. And Brian Steele was saying, listen, he has suffered and he punishes himself a lot. He's not the same. He has his businesses have went down. All of these things. He said that he is a broken man and he is remorseful, and he's off. And being that he's off the Holly, are you speaking? No. You like no. You look beautiful though.
Thank you. Likewise, I like your outfit.
Thank you.
Views.
You said who? Oh, I don't know what y'all said. All right. So he said that off of the drugs, he is a different person. He says even in this broken state, all he thinks about is his family, and that jail is built for hopelessness. And oh wait, did I already read that part? Child, y'all, why y'all ain't tell me I already said that part? All right. So Oh, okay. So he went on to ask the court to use him as, y'all said, let me see the fit. I don't know how to show y'all my outfit, but I don't know if how to show y'all my outfit, but I got on blue slacks and stuff. All right. So now he said that Brian Steele basically pleaded with the court to use him for the good. Okay. So he said that if he gets the opportunity, he can be able to like make an impact in the community, speak out, and be like a vessel to be positive for people. And then he said that he has been through a healing. Somebody by the name of Dr. Kruger and Camplin have evaluated him, and they tested him, and they see that you have to treat the trauma. The Department of Justice cannot treat him. So they're basically saying, listen, he needs to go into treatment. Like, being in jail is not treatment. He needs to go into treatment. And they said that he said the community can use Sean, use him as a tool so that others don't sit in this seat. And if he does anything out of bounds, we will drag him right before your court and he will be revoked. Prosecutors tell the court they made a finding that his escapades were coerced. He says, consider the following from Cassie. She agreed to his freak-offs because it made him happy. She didn't want to say no to freak-offs because she didn't want him to regret sharing this vulnerable side with her. She enjoyed time spent with him during the freak-offs and felt close to him. She wanted to be around him because it made her happy and it was special time that she cherished. She didn't want him to find someone else to do it with. And when you really care about somebody, you don't want to disappoint them. Oh, hi, how are you? Oh, you can come take it right here. Yeah, go ahead, girl.
I was watching you on live.
Oh, okay.
Can I give you a hug first?
Yeah, hi.
Hi, guys. Can I get a picture with you?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Sorry, y'all. Girl, you gotta give us
Keep
some
doing
type
what you
of
doing. Oh, you want
give
me
us-
to talk? Oh my God, I'm so nervous.
give us something. Were you inside?
No, I was out here.
Okay,
Yeah.
what'd you think of the 50 months?
I think there's no justice here. Diddy has done a lot. I'm sorry. I know we're going based off of the crimes today, but it's not enough.
What were you thinking, more closer to the 11 years?
I would have hoped for that. I figured it was going to be this, to be honest, but it's Diddy and he has good lawyers, so I'm not really surprised. But justice for Day 26, justice for everybody who he's ripped off, owes money, and all this type of stuff, you know. It's not real justice. I'm from New York, and we know what's up. So, shout out to Diddy, though.
You look cute.
Shout out to Kim Porter. Thank you. Bye, Dee.
All right, bye.
Subscribe to her.
Yeah, thank you. Armand, you leaving?
Pretty soon it's about to get weird out here. You don't feel it?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, mommy.
Well, okay, so you better say hi real quick.
Well, I'm called Trento too. Make sure he goes.
He over here trying to act.
No, because it's gonna get real cloudy out here. You know, I don't like that old fat bit. You know, she already coming to me, talking to me, trying to talk about the oil shit. I'm like, girl, if you don't get your fat, dirty ass out of my face.
Who?
This lady over here already, they just like, girl, as soon as they see a camera, they be trying to do too much. You ugly bitch.
Huh? I'm live, yeah.
Yes. So it's very cloudy out here. I'm feeling the energy.
All right, well, just say hi to the people. What'd
Yeah.
you think of? Did you see Nicole Westmoreland?
Yes, that was a mess.
Yeah, just tell. What did you think about Nicole? Because I've been telling them that was crazy.
That was a mess. She put on a performance, okay? She went and cried. And it was the moment when she had said, he was giving a speech, and he said, don't ever stop dreaming. Just don't forget to wake up. And that right there changed my life. I
looked up at the thing. I said, "Girl, really?
Yes.
Are we doing this today?"
Yes, girl. So that was why my thing don't go like this. I'm gonna talk to you about something later. But anyway, yeah. So Nicole Westmoreland, she played a game. But I will say this though, I believe that Diddy. I think the 4 years is cool, and I believe his story, and I believe he wrote that himself.
I think he did a good speech.
I think his speech was great.
Yeah, I think he did a good speech, and I think it felt genuine.
It felt genuine. I believed it. I believed him.
Yeah,
I
I
literally
believed
believed
him
him.
way over Nicole. Nicole,
Yeah,
I was
didn't
like,
believe Nicole at all. But I did cry.
with Nicole?
When Christian and
Oh, the
daughter
kids.
said-
Oh, okay,
Not
yeah,
all the
yeah.
kids. Quincy didn't make me cry. Quincy, if he would have been the only one to speak, I'd have been like, lock that nigga up, because he had an attitude. He comes too aggressive. Justin was just kind of like, okay, I just got to say something. But Christian, you can tell, loves his dad. He's like probably the most loved kid out of everybody, the boys. I feel like he's connected in the family the most. The other ones, the two guys, I don't know. The energy's off. But, and then the girls.
Mm-hmm.
I cried. I cried.
They were
I
sad.
cried.
It was sad for them.
Did you cry?
I didn't cry for the girls
Oh.
though, but it was sad.
What up? Yeah.
I didn't cry for the girls,
What
but
up?
it was sad.
You
Everybody,
didn't cry?
no.
What up? Yeah.
I got more choked up when Diddy talked than the girls, cause I thought I felt like, cause
I
I
hate
think
my life.
I think I predicted that the girls were gonna do that though. I knew that they were gonna
Yeah,
cry,
yeah,
so
yeah.
it was like I knew. I don't know. So it was different. I didn't expect Diddy's speech to like. I'm like, okay, well he really seemed like he really like I'm fighting for my life, Judge.
Yes, and he was. He honestly was.
Yeah. He
And
was
so-
given like one of those, this is my last bat, this is my last swing, this
I
is my
believe him
fight.
though. But he
Yeah.
said I would never hit another person a day in my life again. I kind of gagged.
You thought he was lying?
I think he might have changed though, but I don't know, because then I just feel like the judge was like, all right, since the jury didn't get it right, I'm gonna get this mama right.
Mm-hmm.
That's what happened.
Yeah. So,
But all right, boo.
all right.
I'm gonna see you on the other side.
Peace
Drinks
out.
on you tonight.
Not on me, child. All right. So let me get back to where I was at. So let me get myself some lip gloss real quick. Hold on, y'all. One second, y'all. 1 second. I feel like my lips is starting to get dry. 1 second. 1 second. Okay, I had to give myself some lip gloss. All right, so Brian Steele was basically saying that he can be a better fit for the community out of the jail than he is inside the jail. All right, so then they had some guy by the name of Reverend Kerry Johnson. And so he spoke and he said that he is the president of King Clergy. He said his heart is turmoil to see his brother in this condition. He said that he got a call from people saying that they would basically pay for him to come. He was kind of like giving like a church sermon type of deal. And he was saying that he feels like Diddy can be redeemed and have redemption. Then his attorney, Donaldson, spoke, and he was basically reiterating what his colleagues had said about feeling like the sentence was closer to 14 months. And then he said that it's not lip service to grieve. Engagements after the sentencing, So then they had some guy by the name of Giovanni Saras speak, and he spoke for a long time. They said, we're going to let him talk for a minute or 2 minutes, and he got up there. I'm like, has it been an hour yet? Because I thought this was going to be 1 minute, 2 minutes. He was talking for a long time. And he was just like reiterating that he was out of prison, he was reformed, he was basically a new person and all of that. Then Agnifilo, he spoke, and he basically said that DV comes from childhood trauma. And he said that Diddy has psychological challenges. He has PTSD, and his father was murdered when he was a baby. And he felt like that all contributed to like his behavior. All right. So then the prosecution basically responded after that, and they said that he used violence and threats to trap people into years of abuse. And they started to read like impact statements, and basically wrote a statement where somebody said that they wanted to like delete themselves and all kind of different stuff. So then after Agnifilo, like, he basically like rushed his speech because the guy before them that was only supposed to speak for a minute or two, he spoke for like a long time. So Agnifilo kind of like rushed through his to not like, belabor like some of the points and to like get on with it. So then they basically said that Diddy wanted to speak, and they kind of took a break in between. He had like some papers that he had written down, and he had like gathered his papers up, and then he stood up and addressed the court. And so Diddy says, I want to thank you for giving me a chance to speak up for myself. Hardest thing was having to be quiet. I want to personally apologize again to Cassie Ventura. Emotionally and physically, I don't take that lightly. I want to apologize to her family and apologize to Jane. I'm sorry for bringing you into my mess. I want to apologize to victims of DV. I know that video triggered them. My actions were disgusting and shameful. I was sick from the rugs. I needed help, but I can make no excuse because I knew better. My mother raised me better. I got lost in my journey of life. I'm trying my best. He said, I'm trying my best. And what else? Okay, so he said, Oh, he said the actions were disgusting and shameful. I was sick from the rugs. I needed help, but I can make no excuse because I knew better. My mother raised me better. I got lost in my journey of life. I'm trying my best. I got lost in my ego. Because of my decisions, I lost my freedom. I lost the opportunity to be there for my children and mother, and he said he lost the opportunity to be there for his children and his mother. He lost businesses. He lost self-respect. He said he's humbled and broken to his core. He said, I hate myself right now. So at this point, he started to get really choked up, and he turned around from the judge, and he basically went to address his kids directly. And he says, sorry, children. And then he started to cry. Hold on, wait till this pass. It's loud. Okay, so he turns around to his children. He starts to get choked up. And then he says, sorry to children. Sorry to y'all. Y'all deserve better. And then he turned to his mom and he started crying. And then he says, Mommy, I failed you as a son. I'm sorry. To whom so much is given, so much is expected. He wanted to be a shining example of what we could be. What we can do. He said, I got lost in my mission. I'm not this bad person. I'm someone to my community. No, he said, I'm sorry to my community for letting y'all down. Given the chance, people can change. He says he changed. Sometimes you have to go through experiences. He knows that he's changed for the better. And then he said, Your Honor, Your Honor, I ask you for mercy. I ask Your Honor for a chance to be a father again. I ask for to be a leader in the community again. A chance to be a better person. I don't want to let God down. They don't have no other parent. They're scared. I'm scared. He said, I know I will never put my hands on another person again. I'm willing to comply with any condition the court puts upon me. This story is real. This story is tragic. I don't care about the fame or records. This will have a positive outcome. This will have a healing effect. I want to I want to say thank you to the jury. The jury came and sacrificed 8 weeks of their time, and I thank them for the not guilty verdict, and I don't take it lightly. The Mann Act conviction, I take accountability. He said, the prosecution wants you to make an example out of me. I want you to make an example out of what people can do given another chance. So he was basically saying, like, don't make an example out of me in that way. Make an example of, like, what it's like to be given a second chance and be a positive influence. He says, I would never I would never jeopardize being in this position again, no matter what anyone says. I'm truly sorry. And then once he got done, he was like choked up. He was crying. After he gave his speech, everybody in the gallery where I was at, I was in the overflow room, so everybody in there, they started clapping and like giving him rounds of applause. So then after that, they kind of took like a little bit of a break. And then that's when the judge handed down his sentence. So he said, I just want to make clear, you are being sentenced for the Mann Act and not the court shall consider conduct and offenses. That is what the court is required to do. The court has followed those the nature of offenses. I see you are a businessman, and the impact on the Black community is impressive and iconic. Your development of the free game courses, I hope it continues. And I see that you value your family. The court considers impact on your family, mom, and children. He says he understands that a lot of his conduct derived from him being on narcotics. He said, however, the court has to consider all his conduct, and they reject the defense's characterization of what happened. They said that he abused his power and control. You abused them. You used that abuse to get your way. And he said the defense argument doesn't hold up. The evidence of freak-offs and hotel nights were massive. We saw the video of your savage beating of Cassie. He said, a sentence sufficient but not greater than necessary. These were serious offenses, effects that continue today. The conduct occurred over a decade. It happened so long because you had the power and resources. The coercion was the same and not worse. Both deterrents need a significant sentence. He said, I read in your letter you said you are sorry and won't do it again. He said, but after all of the lawsuits start coming in, after you made the apology video to Cassie, after you said that you were sorry on video for what you did, you turned around and had a hotel night with Jane and beat the crap out of her. So he was basically saying, like, on one instance, you say that you're sorry, but we seen how you did that video to Cassie and you said that you were sorry, and then you turned around and you were doing freak offs and beating Jane right after that. So we have to also consider that too. He said Jane testified with credibility and said that you told her that she better take the effing pill. You are not going to ruin my effing night. And he said, clearly deterrence, the court considered everything and the programs and the Dr. Chaplin, but these are outweighed by the evidence. These acts of violence, he said, send a message to abusers. This is met with real accountability that promotes respect for the law and all those values, protect the public from further crimes. It says the court notes there are reports from doctors. The court considers those. The court concluded, or no, the prosecution concluded that he said the court feels that the 135 months was more than necessary. The court agrees that the sentence covers the aggravating factors, coercion, but the 135 months is not reasonable. He said probation recommends half of that, what the government asked. And then he said, and then the defense, they wanted time served, which he feels is not sufficient either. Are y'all there? Oh, okay. I didn't see no comments. I'm like, wait a minute. Did I freeze? Are y'all there? I want to make sure I ain't talking to myself. All right. So he said that. He didn't feel like what the prosecution asked for was reasonable, and he also didn't think that what the defense recommended was reasonable either. And he said that that the data shows the outliers in every case has to be evaluated on its own. And then that's when he handed down that the court determines 50 months. All right. So that is the summary of what happened in court today. What do you guys think about the 50-month sentence? Do you think that it was excessive? Do you think that it should have been more? What do you think as it pertains to everything overall? I came here. It was expensive, I came here last minute, so I bought my ticket literally the wee hours before I got on my flight. So y'all know that was high. It was like $800 flight, plus the hotel, all that. So if y'all want to donate and y'all like my coverage and y'all appreciate the work that we put in over here, my Cash App is in the description box. I prefer Cash App over Super Chats because Super Chats take so much. But if y'all feel gracious, if y'all feel like you guys were informed, if you like my coverage, definitely, tip the cookie jar now. My Cash App is niquelaclaire, so it's NIQUELACLAIRE. It's in my description box. It's easier to just go there because I'm not able to flash it on the screen because I'm going live straight from YouTube. So, but thank you guys so much for rocking with me. It's been real. I may go live again later, but for now, I'm gonna sign out. Y'all let me know in the comments. Oh, and let me try to see if I can show y'all my outfit all the way. I'm trying to show y'all my outfit. I don't know if y'all could see it. But all right, peace out, y'all.